Aquarius, it's Nick, and Nala is over here. Maybe she'll make an appearance later on in this reading, but I hope you guys are doing good. This is for all my Aquarians, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, men and women. We're now covering your weekly for September 12th to the 18th, as you can see below. And this week, what's going on astrologically in the sky? Well, we first kind of mentioned that there's a lot of planets in retrograde right now, mainly the outer planets like Jupiter, Saturn, Pluto, Neptune, even the asteroid Chiron, and not to mention we also have Mercury that just went retrograde, right? So that's a lot of confusion in the sky right now. That's messing with our heads, messing with our thoughts, our emotions, and just bringing like a lot of fogginess to the midst. And specifically this week, there seems to be a lot of oppositions, a lot of opposing energies in the sky. So that's just being thrown in and adding on to everything together. So this may be kind of like a weird week where we're kind of like feeling like we're being pulled in two different directions and we're like, oh my gosh, what do I do? So if you're struggling, just know that it may not be entirely your fault, and we're all kind of feeling this way to some degree. Okay, so starting on the 16th, we have the Sun in Virgo opposing Neptune, that's in retrograde, in Pisces. So not to mention, we also have the Grand Earth trine in the sky with Sun in Virgo, Uranus in Taurus, Pluto in Capricorn. So life feels very real right now. It feels very serious. Like we gotta put our heads in our books and like set aside certain things. And with this alignment, it feels like reality is at complete odds with our dreams, imagination, creativity, like stuff that we want to work on. We feel like we got to put that aside, and we can't do that right now because we have to focus on our responsibilities, on reality, on life and money and all that stuff. So everything feels like really in our face right now. And maybe you feel that way right now personally, or just when you turn on the TV, look at the news and we see recession, inflation, and all these other things that are going on right now. It makes us feel like we can't be so creative or in our imagination right now. And it's like a very real, practical time. But it's just a phase, it's gonna pass, but right now just maybe it's feeling that way. Then on the 18th, we have Mercury in Libra, that's in retrograde, opposing Jupiter, that's also in retrograde, in Aries. So Mercury retrograde, of course, it confuses us, it slows things down. We want to relate, but we're having trouble relating to people and understanding each other, getting our points, our messages across, or getting misinterpreted. And it's like Mercury in Libra wants to relate to people, wants to talk, be in relationships, and not step on any toes. But now Jupiter in Aries in retrograde is showing us from our past experiences that we can't rely on others. We got to rely on ourselves. We got to go solo. We got to do things alone and focus on ourselves. So it just feels like what we're thinking and communicating is at complete odds with the experiences that we're literally going through right now, or the experiences that Jupiter is showing us from our past that could be repeating itself right now. We're like, no, last time I did this happened. So it's like in my head, I feel like I should be doing this, but these experiences are showing me that I shouldn't do that. So it's like, what do I do? We're feeling like we're being pulled in two different directions. So it can be kind of a weird week, guys, not gonna lie. And maybe you've already been feeling this way. Some people may feel it, some people know, but just know that if you are feeling kind of off, it's probably not entirely your fault, considering that we also have your planet Saturn, right, in retrograde, and Uranus. So yeah, life is a little weird right now. So let's just hang on tight and hope for the best. All right, so we're going to be covering a little bit of health, work, and love. I'll have a link to the extended reading below in the description box if you're interested afterwards. And of course, if you want to follow me, I'm on Instagram or TikTok. It's Nicloves with 2 eyes. All right, so my beautiful aqua babies, let's get right into it. So when it comes to your health, I do feel like there could be a lot of inflammation, like a lot of heat in your body. So there could be some inflammation either inside, or maybe you're getting some you're like really hot all the time or sweating. I do see like your heart or blood pressure, blood circulation, and digestion being highlighted. So I feel like there could be a lot of heat or stress in your body, and like inflammation that maybe you can see or you feel, or you're like, oh, like heartburn, or your digestion. or you know, you feel like your cheeks are always really flushed, or you feel like you're always hot. So maybe this week you need to have more like alkalizing, cooling, more hydrating foods, or just water in general. That's not to say like, oh, heat, like you stay away from hot foods, but maybe like this week you may be feeling very sensitive to like spicy foods, or foods with a lot of condiments. Granted, maybe some of you, you're like, I love spicy foods, or you're used to it, because in certain cultures, right, like I'm half Korean, and Koreans eat a lot of spicy foods and kimchi, so maybe you're used to it. But there could be something else going on where you have some inflammation in a certain part of your body, and maybe you just need to cool down, or have more like water or hot water, or have more like vegetable salad, stuff that's gonna like alkalize your body a little bit. Cucumber is a great one, celery. You can always throw that into smoothies if you don't like eating it like that, or eat it with some ranch or something, or peanut butter. That can help, because I feel like there could be some inflammation some in your body that's adding or blood pressure issues. And maybe it has nothing to do with your body, but it's your body reacting to emotions that you're going through right now, and that's what's manifesting itself. And it may just be your body telling you, hey, like you're stressed too much, or you're thinking too much about this, like you're stressing us out, and your body's just giving you that indication that something is going on. So you just want to watch that. Maybe that's something you deal with, or you have issues with, or just this week you're like, what's going on with me? Why am I feeling this way? So there could be some inflammation. You just need to cool down, or drink some water, or maybe try to lower your stress levels, even though I know it's probably easier said than done. Not an easy thing, but gotta take care of yourself this week, okay? All right, so when it comes to your work, school, career, and finances, the message for you guys is say yes to the small things this week. Say yes to all the little things that maybe you think are insignificant, or that you think won't make a big difference, but in the long term may really add up and give you some long-term results. Like say yes to those little side hobbies or side hustles that you can do, or you know, like little things that you can learn from others, because no one is too good to do anything, and behind every successful person never was too good or too proud to do like the little things that people have to do when they first start off, you know? Like no successful person just became successful just because like everything was handed on a platter to them. Maybe some, but most of the time it's not like that. They had to do the dirty work. They had to do all the beginning stuff that maybe, you know, people don't see them doing now, but that helped them get to where they are right now. So I'm saying that because maybe this week there's some like little tedious work or stuff you're like, oh my gosh, why do I have to do this? This sucks. But this stuff is not so much, it's not so much the task or that thing that is what's going to teach you, but it's like going through it and doing all those things that builds up that willpower, that resilience, and the discipline that you need to get to the next level, to get to the next point. That helps you kind of level up and be more prepared for success or achievements, whatever it is that you're trying to do. You know, maybe you're not trying to be Bill Gates or something, but it's those little tasks that we have to do that we think are so tedious and like, oh, this sucks, but it helps build our character and our discipline to appreciate and be ready for when bigger things come our way that take more energy out of us. So say yes to the little things, because you may get an opportunity, a message for something, you know, maybe to go help someone with a task, or get assist on some project, or do an interview, or you know, get connected to someone where maybe that one connection is not going to be the end all be all, but maybe that person will end up connecting you to someone else, or you get an opportunity from that opportunity. So it's always like one thing leads to another. There's always like dots connecting, like a spider web I'm seeing. So say yes to more things. Say yes to the little things, even if you're like, oh, what is this going to do for me? You're like, oh my gosh, this is nothing. Or maybe let's say you're like a engineer, but you love to do art on the side. That's like your side hustle, your side hobby. Like you can still sell art and do art on the side when you're not working, and you never know, maybe eventually that could become something that you do full time. Maybe not right away, but eventually you could end up becoming very successful or make an income just with your art or your music or your dance or poetry or whatever. But say yes to the little things, and pay attention to those small things more than the bigger stuff, because the little things are a little bit easier for us to kind of manage and complete than those big things that can seem kind of like scary and deter us from even starting or beginning, if that makes sense. Okay, all right, so when it comes to your love, relationships, and dating, on your side we have the Ten of Swords, Queen of Pentacles, and the Ace of Pentacles. So some of you can have Earth somewhere in your chart, like Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, or maybe you're like an Aquarius, Capricorn cusp. All right, and then on this other side, for this other person, it's gonna be the past, present, or future situation, or all three, all the above. We have the Star, the High Priestess, and the King of Pentacles. Nice. So who could you be dealing with, or were or will be dealing with? Could be a Pisces, an Aquarius like yourself, or an Earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. All right, so what is going on with you guys here? Well, I definitely feel like you're ending a period of a lot of suffering, or you feel maybe you've been suffering for a long time. Maybe your last relationship kind of took a lot out of you mentally, physically, emotionally, but mainly mentally. Maybe there's a lot of mind games. Maybe this person backstabbed you, betrayed you, or really kind of left you in the dark, and you felt really kind of like rock bottom after this point. And maybe it wasn't even just one person, maybe just an accumulation of a lot of different relationships, people that you felt like you shared a piece of yourself, you gave your heart, soul to, and it left you with nothing, and you've had to rebuild your life. But I feel like that's the worst of it. You've been through already the dark night of the soul, and now you're coming out of it, and now things are getting better, and you're starting to see the light, and there's going to be new and better opportunities for you. So things are starting to get better and are starting to improve for you, Aquarius. And I think you see that. I think you're starting to feel it for yourself. And all those past experiences with those people that didn't work out with, they always taught you something. Maybe it wasn't fun and it was painful, but now it feels like you're aligning and attracting someone who's more like you, more on your level, has the same goals, same mindset, or at least similar. You're never gonna find someone who's like identical, exactly what you need, but the universe knows what's good for you. The universe knows what you need. And I think as you grow into yourself and you start to learn more about yourself and know who you are, you start to figure out, this is kind of what I need, or this is the kind of person I need, not who I thought I wanted. This is what's actually good for me. Okay, and so it feels like you're attracting someone who's going to be really healing and healing to your mind. Like the way they speak, the way they think is a little far out or unique and different, and that really resonates with you. They're also someone who's maybe really introverted to themselves, quiet, but also really intuitive and maybe even psychic, or they can read you really well. They're maybe more soft-spoken. They're not someone who's kind of loud and crazy. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but I just feel like this is someone who really knows how to take care of your heart, take care of your soul. Their first, middle, or last name could start with a B as in boy or J as in jam. And it feels like both of you are on the same place financially, or with your goals, where you want to live, where you want to study, what you want to do, stuff like that, like real life stuff, like you guys agree with, or you're on the same page. We have a pair here, Queen and the King of Pentacles. So this tells me that this is like a match made in heaven, that you guys were meant to cross paths or meant to meet at this point. So it feels like you're having a new beginning very soon. It's like, you know, things could have happened in the past, but I feel like it's never too late to start again, because who you are now is not who you were then, and things are changing for you dramatically, Aquarius. And I think you could feel it deep down in your soul. Even if you don't see the change right now, you know it's coming. Your soul is like preparing you for it. It's telling you. And I feel like you've been getting yourself up every day, trying to improve, trying to get better, and getting grounded, and there's a new opportunity coming your way for a new beginning, for a new chapter, a new start. And I think it has to do with this person, because now you're ready. Now that you're ready, this person's coming into your life who's going to help you see yourself a little bit better, help you accept yourself better, and just show you all the things that you already knew. They're not teaching you anything new. They're teaching you all the stuff that just reminding you of everything you already knew as a person in your heart and soul. So I feel like this is a very healthy individual, like mind, mentally, emotionally, and physically, that has a lot to offer, and you guys will be on the same page and they're more compatible with you. So maybe this is someone you already know, or you're talking, you're friends with each other, or you're dating right now, or you're in a relationship right now, but this is definitely a start to something new and better that's more suited for you and your path. And as you get closer or you meet this person, you're developing the connection, the relationship, everything's going to start to make sense. And you're going to see why the past didn't work out, why those past relationships just didn't work out, and how this is so much better. And it was, you know, it was all meant to be, but you didn't see it back then. Okay, so let's continue on and extend it to get more information, to see where their energy is at, what are they thinking, what are they feeling when it comes to you, what they don't want you to know that maybe you should know, and what their next action move will be towards you, and then also your advice. Okay, so we'll continue on and extend it. Link will be below. Hopefully I'll see you there. If not, I'll see you for our next reading. Take care. Bye.